for a moment. If you are interested in how I would build Black-Green Rock, because this deck I've worked on quite a bit with the new Path to Decay. That'll be up on Cool Stuffing tomorrow. If you're a subscriber, there's a preview of that article in the subs Discord now. Pair into 5 Bridgevine decks. That would be really bad, huh? We'll have an easy card to sideboard out if we pair into Bridgevine. This deck could probably slot into Meme Monday. This deck, like, isn't so much of a meme that, like, I would only play it on a Monday, but it's enough of a meme that I probably would slot it into a Monday if it was close to the top. This deck is meme adjacent. I agree with Jackal Girl's assessment. Meme adjacent is an apt summary. There is an Aether Hub in this deck for exactly the reason you see here, actually. Aether Hub is going to let us play Glint-Sleeve Siphoner on 2 and then draw a card right away. Cast Modern Staple Gonti's Machinations here. If we're actually, like, sand the fetch land of the Bad Moon, our hand is standard legal at the moment here. Man, Glint-Sleeve Siphoner triggers Gonti's Machinations too? Y'all didn't know we were playing a combo deck, did you? Just good clean deck building. You know, we have a new emote slot that I haven't used yet. Is a staple, like a modern staple, could that be a reasonable emote? I feel like that might be a reasonable emote. We have our 2-drop is very menacing, chat. Rude. Alright, so we can't beat Titan. I can wait a turn to Kitesail Freebooter because they can't Scapeshift kill us till they hit 8 lands anyways. Yeah, we can pop Machinations, but I'd rather Machinations hang out and generate energy for us to power the Glint-Sleeve Siphoners. Land. I think I need the Kitesail Freebooter here and check for Scapeshift at this point. Whole lot of nothing going on. Shouldn't have played Scourge. Should have played the Glint-Sleeve. This is the part where they cast Primeval Titan. Jastar with the $39.93 donation. Love it. Been a while since I showed you some love on stream. Keep doing what you're doing. Something, something, SCG Con, something, something, Dad Life, and an odd number because Meme Monday. Thank you for the support. That's very generous. I appreciate that. 812 plus 39 is 42.51. Charging my laser here. Their last card is Mountain. My articles get posted on Wednesdays. Morning, Jeff. Question from someone starting up a stream. How much lighting do you use, if any at all? I actually have 2 pieces of lighting. I have, two of my wife's photography lights. Sacrifice Gonti modern staple Gonti's machinations here. Now we're only dead to, you know, ramp spells and other things. You need to make sure you're on your desktop, the desktop computer PVT for life. It does not work for mobile. Or Fatal Push Out for Thoughtseize in. This is definitely a matchup where not having a 1-drop creature on 1 kind of hurt us. If we would have been a little bit more aggressive, we probably would have been okay. But didn't know what we were playing against, so we couldn't mulligan accordingly. Sweet. Turn 1, 1-drop. Turn 2, 1-drop Thoughtseize. Then like Kitesail or Bad Moon after that. Sign me up. Blackwell, thanks for re-upping for the 2nd month in a row. I appreciate that. Another 1-drop would be great here. Glint-Sleeve Siphoner. I think I'm actually going to play that one out here. Just like generate some card advantage. Yeah, the fact that they ripped the Escape Shift was unfortunate. That they didn't just have it in hand. I think I'm just going to play Bad Moon here. Hopefully we draw a land, and then I can, yeah, I think I'm just going to play Bad Moon here and attack for 6. Because they're probably going to sweep this turn, I'd imagine, if they have one. I don't think so. Like, staying above 18 doesn't really have a ton of merit. It doesn't buy you that much time, especially when I'm, like, boarding in Thoughtseize. Land is sweet. It lets me cast Bloodghast this turn, which has haste. That is incredibly unfortunate for us. So I can wait a turn on taking the other Escape Shift because they don't have 7 lands yet. I don't know that we're just dead. Like, I'm going to get the Kitesail Freebooter down, and that's going to be a... It's going to be a 2/3 flyer. And, like, they're kind of low, right? I'm like, Bloodghast and Gravecrawler both, like, come back. So, like, I get to, like, attack in here aggressively. Why not? Why not both? Steve-O's annoying because it makes attacking with both less good here. As always, there's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. I think I just want to... Oh, I can't attack with Bloodghast. That was a punt. That was a punt. I was thinking this had haste, and I wanted to get in this turn. I should have just played Bob, because this was going to give this haste next turn. That's a pretty sizable mistake on my part, potentially, here. Their last card is Wooded Foothills at the moment. They draw Escape Shift. Yeah, they basically drew Escape Shift. Good game's opponent. Bell off. Bell's just a little bit too much of a road bump there for us. We're waiting for the next match of this league to pop. I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here today. Welcome. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time stream, meme, and content producer here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I stream Magic because I love the game, but the subscribers are the reason I'm able to do this as a full-time job as opposed to something else. By subscribing to my channel, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. I love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. BCW would love to help you protect your very valuable gaming supplies. Hey, Playja, thank you for the tier 1 sub there. I appreciate that. Welcome. They do deck boxes, sleeves, and all sorts of other great stuff. You can save 10% on all of your orders at bcwsupplies.com by using code Jeff10. Honey is a free browser add-on that when you install it using link bit.ly/HugelHoney, you'll be supporting my content here at absolutely no cost to yourself. What Honey does is when you're shopping online, it takes a look at things you've thrown in your shopping cart and then searches for coupon codes to try and save you money on things you're going to be buying anyways. And finally, Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 3 months now, and we really enjoy it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/HugelBedUS and bit.ly/HugelBedCA. Sounds sweet. Sign me up. Sign me up. Am I going to be doing more Hearthstone anytime soon? No, the Hearthstone content's just not particularly popular, and the game just didn't hold my engagement. I've been playing, there's a new Warhammer TCG that I've been playing on my tablet in my spare time. That I'll probably stream a little bit of when the NDA is up for that. And then there's Artifact is coming as well. I'll probably be streaming some Artifact when that comes out. Artifact has potential. I don't know. I'm a little worried that the what's the word I'm searching for? I'm a small bit worried that the complexity and that like the viewing experience of like their 3-lane setup is not going to be particularly good. The fixed deck system, that's not Artifact, that's Keyforge. That's a different game. Yeah, the Welding Jar is so good here. The Steel Overseer is going to take over the game very quickly. What's wrong? If the TCG model is done well, it's actually much better than a collectible card game model. A TCG model done well makes the card game far more accessible because it lets players have a very clear picture of what the game's going to cost them to get the things that they want. The Mardu deck was very, very bad. Yeah, I don't know that we're really going to have the tools to be competitive here. What we're doing is definitely a step below of their reasonable draw here. Yeah, the reason why everybody's copied the Blizzard model is they want to keep all the dollars for themselves. But I mean, like, it doesn't have to make the company less money if you have like an auction house or Steam whatever type system where you can take a cut of all the sales. That's fair, Pimped Up Monk, but nobody does that. Nobody, we're actually dead here. This is going to go to 6, and then they can sack artifacts and then move things over to here. The results point to the Hardened Scales deck being more consistent than traditional Affinity. The Hardened Scales iteration has a lot more results recently. Honestly, I think I kind of want these Thoughtseizes in my deck. I think, actually, Kitesail doesn't seem particularly good here. I think I want Thoughtseizes because I think they just have too many really important cards that I need to cut through. Yeah, the heavily interactive decks tend to be very good. Against decks like Hardened Scales. Sure. I don't think I can race here. So I think I'm going to set up to like generate more card advantage. I'm going to go Gonti's on 1, and to crack my fetch, get an energy, play Glint-Sleeve on 2. They're kind of mutually exclusive, Pimped Up Monk. When you sell cards directly, the excitement from packs goes down a pretty significant amount, to the point of most people wouldn't be interested in it. Yeah, I mean, and there's a reason why like living card games aren't particularly popular and successful, I'd imagine. Never beating this Walking Ballista. My deck full of mono X1s. It's a rough morning for Aggro Bruce, chat. It's a rough morning for Aggro Bruce. I think the same logic that you use to ban Ponder and Preordain should be used to ban Faithless Looting and Ancient Stirrings. So I was going to lead on Gravecrawler, but the fact that I drew Glint-Sleeve means I'm going to lead on Gonti's here, I think. Like I said, I really like what the Warhammer game potential has, because it has the TCG market with a secondary market in the paper cards that you can scan into digital, but then it also has the Hearthstone-esque crafting system in digital. So like the cards that are cheaper to get in paper, you can buy through the TCG secondary market, and then if there's cards that are too expensive, you can just craft them in digital. Yeah, the Warhammer setup sounds really, it sounds like it's really, I hope they do well. Game's sweet. How dead is this Glint-Sleeve Siphoner game? Like, is it charmed here? Yeah, is it charmed? Looks like 4-color scape shift most likely. I like timing people out like that. People, the argument that person just made there, the person that I timed out, that they said, why don't we just ban everything but 2/2 bears? That's the same as the nonsense that people spew when they say like, well, where's the line? It's like, there's very obviously a line, and you understand where the line is. You're just being an idiot or intentionally obtuse to make it sound like this is an impossible thing that can't be done. When in reality, this really can be done, and you understand what the difference between these things are, but you just want to be difficult because you don't like this thing that's being said. It's actually Warhammer Fantasy is the genre. They sent an email out. I don't think I'm breaking my NDA saying this. I've seen other people share it. They sent an email out this week to the people that are in their beta saying that they're going to be releasing this week. So hopefully that happens. Drawing 3 Fatal Pushes against the spell-based combo deck feels really bad. These were Thoughtseizes here. We'd be in a lot better spot here, obviously. Yeah, sure. Like disagreeing about where the line is, like that's great. You'll be like, okay, I don't agree with you on where you've placed it, but the whole where's the line in general, that's just nonsense. Yeah, you're completely right, me gaming. Fully agree. So I'm gonna crack this to enable Revolt on the Fatal Push. Get some sweet synergy there. Correct. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Statistician. Asking where the line is rather than talking about where it should be. Yeah. Yeah, yep. Even if you don't know exactly right, roundabouts. There's a big difference between banning everything that's not a grizzly bear and being like, hey, maybe we should get rid of all the really, really powerful cantrips because they enable decks to be too redundant. Like, it's a pretty clear distinction, at least in my mind. And I would think for anybody remotely reasonable, that's a pretty clear distinction. Opponent. You know, I thought about that too. So I made some changes to the viewer submitted deck list initially, but I didn't want to go as far as to add a second color to it. I do feel like, and I almost added Looter Scooter to the deck, because I do kind of feel like having some amount of way to like generate value or card selection off of like these Gravecrawlers and Bloodsoaked Champions and Bloodghast could be good. And I was definitely like Looter Scooter or Faithless Looting are both cards that were like on my list of things I considered. No, I don't think so, Wild Techno. I think power level isn't the only thing you should consider when talking about why cards should be legal or not legal in the format. I think there's definitely a quality of gameplay perspective that's really important. You need to remember that these are games that we play for fun. And like, I just want you to like, here's the reason why Tron's an obnoxious deck. Could you imagine somebody showing up with something like, they've been given this like fair deck full of reasonable cards, and this fair deck full of reasonable cards, like they show up and their opponent like casts turn 3 Karn against them, like they're probably never going to play Modern again, right? They might never play Magic again. So like a quality of gameplay is an important axis to consider when talking about what should or shouldn't be legal. Yeah, I think that would be reasonable, Death Eater. If you want, I could even do up the changes myself. If you want to donate it generically, and I could do it as in a black-red style flavor. Lightning Bolt. The reason why Lightning Bolt is such an absurd card in general too is because Lightning Bolt doesn't have the issue that we had last game where, because if you draw Lightning Bolt against a combo deck, Lightning Bolt still like hits them for 3, right? Shouldn't we Freebooter there? Maybe, I guess there's danger of getting swept, right? So maybe Freebooter's the better line. Are you taking donations to play non-Magic games yet? You mean like Artifact and stuff like that? Or like the Warhammer game? Yeah, sounds good, Eater. You did a tier 3 sub, right? So if you want, you could be able to add that next month when you re-up. Now, let's not kink shame. If casting Karn on turn 3 is your kink, let's not make anybody feel bad about that. They could go land, Bring to Light Sweeper here. Maybe I should have held the Bloodsoaked Champion there. Woof. We're cold to that, right? I'm gonna try one more match. We're cold to that. Yeah, the Bring to Light decks have been playing Madcap, and I actually think it's very good for situations just like this, where you can like kind of go off on like 3, 4, or 5 like that. Yeah, so I think my initial base thoughts would be add the red splash. Only for Lightning Bolt to be reasonable. You could gain like cards like a Braid in the sideboard, but Faithless Looting 2, between like what we have like 12, maybe even 16 things that that generate value from the graveyard. So like Faithless Looting gets a lot of reasonable like that. We probably want less lands. Maybe, so that's another thing that's nice too. With Faithless Looting, you basically get to kind of cheat your land count in like both directions, right? Like, Faithless Looting is a powerful card because when you have too many lands, it helps turn those lands into gas, and when you don't have enough lands, it helps you find some. So I think if I worked Faithless Looting, and I would probably stay at 20 lands. The problem with straw polling things, statistician, is a lot of things that people have ideas for emotes just like don't work in the emote dimensions. Like emotes have to be pretty specific or like the detail just gets completely lost. I don't even think that's true about Modern, Olivia. I think that's just true of Magic in general. I think a lot of people envision themselves more competitive than they actually are, and they'd just be happier focusing on doing sweet things rather than like trying to win. Like this game has so much variance in it, and it's just part of the package, right? That's just like how it goes. And the variance doesn't mean it's not fun. In fact, the variance is one of the things that like makes it really fun, right? In a lot of ways. Like if this was like chess or Go, it would be pretty uninteresting for a lot of people. I know, myself included. We have a Tickets on Fire emote. I think it's nonsense to say that Modern is a bad competitive format. If Modern was a bad competitive format, top players would have lower win rates consistently in Modern than they do in Standard and Legacy and other formats like that. And that's just not true. There are people who are worse at Modern than those other formats because they don't want to put in the work to be better. But saying that Modern's a bad competitive format because of whatever biases you might have personally, that's just silly. Like, what's a good competitive format? If a good competitive format isn't one where good players are able to win, how are you defining it? Because I would define a good competitive format as one where players who are good at the game and put in the work can win consistently. I honestly don't know, Chef Seth. Lots of people have played Bugler in it. Lots of good players have had Bugler in their deck. Whoa, this card is sick. This card is sick. This is, can we errata every card with hexproof to gain this activated ability? Can we just like errata every card with hexproof should be errataed to have this lose his hexproof. God bless. There's an Obstinate Bailoff. Man, this set's gonna sell some booster packs, huh? And they said they needed Richard Garfield to sell booster packs. They didn't just need Richard Garfield, just print good cards. And again, one of the issues here that Faithless Looting really helps fix. Let's get these in here. Let's get these in here. Did not play a lot of matchups in this league where Fatal Push was good. Kind of unfortunate. Because I think Fatal Push is pretty reasonable in general. Machinations is probably a little bit medium. Just bring Last Open instead. Oh, I missed that line. You can't cast non-creature spells. That's still pretty good. That's like, this is like really neat design, right? Because it's got a drawback for you, a drawback for them, and either player can turn off both. Like that. I'll link that in chat for people that want to see it. There's a lot of layers on that magic onion. There's a lot of layers on that magic onion. Yeah, you can play non-creatures if you pay 2 more. But then it also loses hexproof. This counterspell seems sweet. It's probably playable as a 1 or 2 of in the tempo deck on the sideboard. How is it going to generate? It can't possibly generate more non-games than what's the stupid Vinemare card, right? It can't possibly generate more non-games than the Vinemare. That card's probably really good in mono green Stompy, huh? Probably decent. Mythic, rare, absurd, and limited. News at 11. Hot take. Magic would be a better game if we designed more cards without limited in mind. What if every card was broken in limited? Would any of them really be broken in limited? Yeah, let's just cube. Can we just, like, make every card absurdly powerful in cube? The Summoner's Egg deck is sweet. I added the Summoner's Egg deck to my website too, so if that was the first time you saw it yesterday, there's a couple more leagues with that archetype up there. Give him the boot. Do 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 do. Show me your cards. Do 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 do. That is it's a lot of Doomblades, opponent. It's a lot of Doomblades you got over there. I've been able to work out if the website has generated me additional revenue yet. So, it doesn't directly generate me revenue. Obviously, because, like, it... Alright. Because I don't have the website monetized. I should put some stats on there so I can see how many page hits it's getting at the very least, though. Alright. Man, it's been a while since we had a league without winning a game, huh? It's been a while since we went an entire league more than 3 matches without winning a game. Yeah, so I think, yeah. So again, I think my takeaway feedback from this is if I wanted to, like, work on this idea with, like, this low curve and the Dark Confidant effects and the graveyard value creatures, I think Faithless Lootings and possibly some Lightning Bolts would both be very reasonable. Just, like, get some value off your creatures. The splash is, like, mostly free at that point, etc., etc. I do also think, too, Death Eater, if you haven't seen it before, this deck feels very similar to the white-black Cars deck that we've played a number of times on stream, but I think that deck's probably a little bit more consistent and powerful. We had very good success with the white-black Cars deck, and I think that's another direction to look in if you wanted to play some of these kind of recursive value type decks and have a low aggressive curve.